dance getting funky. This dance getting funky. My dance getting funky. This dance getting funky. My dance getting funk.
Everyone wants to make an impact. In our personal lives and at work, our drive to make a difference unites us. At Domo, we believe everyone can be empowered to multiply their impact, and we mean everyone. No matter their fluency with data or where they sit in the organization, even the most micro insights can lead to tectonic shifts in a business. But it all starts with curiosity. And when the power of curiosity and data come together, we get answers to the questions we're brave enough to ask. This spirit of curiosity ripples throughout the Domo community. It's like the excitement to explore higher and reach the top of a mountain. And it's a feeling I know we'll all experience together today. Approaching work with curiosity inspires action that can lead to massive business impact. But what does it take to inspire and enable curiosity? Is it the data? Is it the software? Or is it something more? Like a new way of thinking that's supported by software and data. I mean, the rigid BI dashboards of yesterday can't hack it. Out-of-the-box charts and graphs that forecast KPIs are just table stakes. When data comes together at the intersection of art and science, it fuels our curiosity and imagination. Data's the spark, but it needs to be ignited. In today's challenging and ever-evolving macro environment, exponential impact needs to be unleashed by a much bigger idea about data. Data should be an experience. It should meet each individual where, when, and how they need it, to first have and then act on the insights that move the needle. These kind of data experiences can enable anyone brave enough to ask the hard questions. To get there, it takes the right combination of a robust data foundation that leverages existing multi-cloud and traditional systems, data science that puts AI and machine learning to work, and user-friendly visualization layers that come together in a secure architecture built for fast and agile deployment, while of course, ensuring IT has governance and security controls dialed in. The final piece is a fundamental focus on enabling people. Yes, of course, data scientists, but also the managers and individuals across organizations who are running your business day to day. All this has to work together to deliver the kind of experiences that turn people from occasional data observers into business impact owners. This is what drives us and why we are proud to declare Domo a data experience platform. Bold data experiences make life and work meaningful. They shape our purpose. They enrich our business. They spark curiosity, inspire action, and drive impact. Today, you'll hear from remarkable individuals from the Domo community with dramatically different background and levels of technical ability, who will share how data experiences empowered them to achieve profound results. These are such cool stories, so let me give you a teaser. Sean's a scrap manager at Constellium, a global leader in aluminum recycling. He asked a simple question: what if I could shave off a few minutes on every single truckload of aluminum scrap? How would that help the business? Before Domo, it was just flat out unanswerable. With just a couple of steps, like lighting up a few connectors, finding anomalies in dataset views, and doing a few more joins in Magic ETL, Sean was off to the races. He built an app that unlocks significant productivity gains for Constellium. Another story that inspires me is about Regional One Health, the oldest health system in Tennessee. They leveraged our data experience platform to remove bottlenecks across complex data systems that weren't talking to each other. And we're talking about legacy data sources, complex permissions, and billions of rows of data. Regional One tapped into the sophistication of our core infrastructure, the Domo Data Foundation, with thousands of connectors, Magic ETL, and our Adrenaline engine that help make the dream of automation possible for them. These data experiences have helped them boost revenue, transform healthcare, and nurture a culture of curiosity that has reached nearly every corner of their organization. I hope these stories inspire you. You'll get some more color on them later, as well as stories from TaylorMade, Sephora, Grunenthal, and Clean Choice Energy. People driving impact are chasing their curiosity. They leverage Domo and in the process, fundamentally alter how they think about their business and their ability to create change. It's a concept that's easier said than done, but this is where Domo excels. We've built this data experience platform rooted in the fundamentals. A future-proof data foundation built for the cloud. Beautiful visualizations, hardcore tools for data science, best-in-class embed and distribution, and powerful apps that go from no-code simplicity to pro-code custom experiences. Domo apps continue to be an important part of our innovation agenda, making data experiences possible that match the urgent business demands of getting from insight to action. Domo apps put the power of real-time insight, action, and even automation in the hands of the real heroes changing the game. The people across organizations doing what they do for your business every day. You'll get a close look today at our paradigm-shifting innovations in Domo apps and other products from our Chief Technology Officer, Darren Thane. All our innovation reflects our commitment to empowering people to succeed. Our customers know this, and citizen-led Domo groups have emerged worldwide. These communities have astonishing levels of expertise, knowledge, and camaraderie. There's so much more we can do to support their growth and enrich their experience. So I'm thrilled to announce the launch of Domo Central. This new digital hub is where customers can connect, share, and learn from each other, and access Domo resources. They'll get the answers, training, and support they need all in one unified experience. Domo Central is the place people can get inspired and learn how to bring new data experiences to life to fuel their own profound results. The human drive to create impact is a mighty force, like the drive to climb the next mountain. And we are deeply committed to supporting that drive. Everything we do is focused on empowering you to succeed. We could not be more excited to be here with you as a united community, discovering new ways we can all multiply our impact.
Welcome everyone to Domopalooza 2023. I'm Wendy Steinley, Chief Marketing Officer here at Domo. What an inspiring message from Josh to set the tone for our program, which is all about empowering you to multiply your impact with data experiences that fuel bold curiosity. And we have more in store. Coming up, you'll hear from Domo customers who are driving exponential success, and Domo product leaders with exciting innovations to reveal. Later, I'll sit down with New York Times bestselling author Liz Wiseman to talk about her newest book, Impact Players, and what we can all take from that to be more effective in work and life. You'll also have the opportunity for live Q&A with our product leaders. So be sure to add your questions throughout today's program to the Questions tab below the video player. We'll celebrate and hear from some of our customer winners of our new Domo Ovation Awards. And the day doesn't stop there. After that, we have an amazing breadth of breakout and networking sessions. We are just so thrilled you're joining. Thank you for spending your time with us today. And now I'll hand it off to the rest of our Domo team to take you through this journey, starting with our Chief Technology Officer, Darren Thane.
I'm a curious person, and one of the great benefits of my role as CTO at Domo is that I get to be curious alongside you, our customers. I get to learn all the ways you're putting data to work to multiply your impact. From the start, the vision for Domo was to build a data experience platform that empowers people to be multipliers of business impact. We've been putting data insights into the hands of everyone in easy-to-consume ways for the last decade. Fast forwarding to today, we're still innovating data experiences with our platform, and we have the foundational technologies required to operate in a multi-cloud, action-oriented app environment. Now, as macro challenges evolve, our job is to enable you to build data experiences that empower your people, no matter what's going on, helping them go from insight to action. With that in mind, we've built our data experience platform across 3 fundamental layers: a data foundation layer, a core BI analytics layer, and an action-based app layer. These layers work together to deliver impact for you and your people. Let's take a look at each piece. When we started Domo, we knew that rigid systems would be a significant hurdle to getting leverage from your data. We had to invent technologies that could work in almost any data environment and faster than anyone else. So we took a little trip to the future and worked backwards, and in the process built foundational tech, like our Adrenaline engine, a connection framework with thousands of connectors, and a powerful transformation engine in Magic ETL. These tools and others create your data foundation, the building blocks that support analytics and BI capabilities. Now, with multi-cloud environments being the norm, we've focused on building a highly flexible foundation in order to maximize the value of your cloud investments. Think of it as all the speed, leverage, and distribution of Domo amplifying your existing cloud data architecture while maintaining what matters most to IT, data integrity and security. What does Data Foundation provide? The ability to integrate and prepare data from any source in a secure, governable manner. This is the backbone of Domo that allows you to leverage all of your data any way you want without yielding integrity or control. And it pays off in the next layer. The visualization layer is massively important. We've built our visualization tools like Analyzer, Variables, and Domo Stories to be intuitive, performant, highly customizable, and full of beautiful charting options. And that's critical because this is where data investments start to take shape, revealing insights and influencing business outcomes. And sure, there are many ways to visualize data out there, but what makes Domo so powerful is that we're stack agnostic. Domo can be dropped into any operating environment, delivering value fast across countless use cases. Our final layer, Domo's app creation tools, represent the culmination of years of curiosity, development, and research that place us at the forefront of BI and analytics. In addition to popular packaged apps like Campaigns and Form Builder, and our app development framework, which has led to hundreds of custom Domo apps for some of our largest clients, we're announcing a major enhancement to our app creation tools today. A no-code, drag-and-drop experience that enables anyone to compose flexible and powerful apps that help people get work done and even automate processes. We can't wait to tell you more about this later in the show. The Domo platform provides the foundation and tools for bringing data experiences to life. Think of data experiences as data put to work in the hands of end users. They can take many different forms, but here are 4 of the primary categories. Self-serve reporting is a data experience that personalizes analytics across the data journey to provide insights for impact. Interactive dashboards provide dynamic tools for any business user. In fact, a $45 billion US-based food company brought us in to tackle a data challenge that their other BI platform could not handle. In just a few short days, Domo generated the insights and critical business impact needed to accelerate a key part of the business. Domo also delivers augmented analytics, which harness the power of data science and machine learning together with BI. While we're all excited about the potential of AI, including the launch of ChatGPT and similar technologies, this excitement will only impact your organizations if we can make them useful and contextual. Our R&D team is actively involved in providing the tools needed to create business rules and logic alongside the latest AI innovations. We've always architected Domo as an open platform so that partners and customers can create powerful integrations that automate business outcomes. Reports, dashboards, and augmented analytics with Domo are powerful data experiences that reward curiosity. You get answers with us faster than any other platform. But to thrive in the future, data needs to be more accessible and actionable, putting the power directly into the hands of your people, no matter their fluency with data. We do this with Domo apps. A Domo app is a new kind of data experience that turns analytics into insight-creating, action-driving applications. Apps can mean a lot of things, but for us, a Domo app is a highly curated data experience that enables any user to automate business processes and take informed actions. We've been chasing the dream of putting the power of data in the most usable, actionable form since the beginning of this company. It was a crazy idea to try to run a business from a phone, but what seemed impossible over a decade ago is becoming a baseline expectation. We believe that Domo apps will be the competitive advantage that defines the businesses that thrive over the next 10 years. Looking at our model, we can see how Domo is comprised of powerful tools that work in unison to create exceptional data experiences that deliver exponential value. But how do you push all of these data experiences to your people, your vendors, and even your customers to meet them right where the work happens? It's about distribution at scale, creating a data experience for your employees and stakeholders outside your organization while maintaining the data integrity, control, and clear ownership that a custom branded interface can deliver. With Domo, you can go as far as your imagination stretches. That is what we're all about. I look forward to seeing the amazing data experiences that you will all create. I'll see you in the future.
Hi everyone, I'm Lacy Zimmernam, Head of Brand at Domo. I'll be with you through the rest of this general session to connect and guide you along. Listening to Darren just now, I love how curiosity really drives advances in technology to make an impact. We've heard from so many of you about the innovative ways our data experience platform is helping you maximize results for your business.
Going up.
Let's hear now about one of those stories. This one from the inspiring Regional One Health, a level 1 trauma center that set out to remove bottlenecks across its complex data system to provide better data access to its teams.
Hi, I'm here with Dr. Reginald Coopwood, CEO of Regional One Health. Would you tell us a little bit about Regional One Health?
Regional One Health is a kind of a historically safety net hospital in this community. We take care of a lot of the vulnerable patients, high acuity patients in trauma, burn, high risk OB.
We see a lot of patients on a daily basis, usually the sicker patients for this area. We're the only level 1 trauma center, burn center, and high risk OB center in 150 miles in any direction.
You were talking about a journey that you've been on. Can you take us on a little bit of that journey?
When I joined here, I was basically tasked with make this organization thirsty for data. If you take our journey and fast track it, that's essentially what we want to help hospitals do now.
We have taken what we've done here at Regional One Health with our Domo use cases and packaged them into an app that basically rolls up 16 key performance indicators that we feel are data-proven points for the healthcare industry.
Domo is very important when I think about nurse staffing. We have a matrix to determine how many nurses we need, so we use Domo to help us see where our opportunities are.
You had mentioned length of stay was something that really is top of mind for you and your department. Can you comment on that metric?
Length of stay helps us to monitor the patient days, making sure that the patient get along the care continuum in an effective and a timely manner.
I think what's been really fun about Domo is it's given us the ability to really give frontline managers the ability to make data-driven decisions.
Our VP of Pharmacy really needed to grow the amount of pharmacy prescriptions that were completed in-house instead of them going to outside pharmacies. And when the project started, they had about a 33% average use of internal prescriptions. And now it has grown to a 60% growth.
Being able to daily see how we were making an impact and see the trend lines to see what we needed to continue to do to be able to make up gaps, or if we were overperforming, what that meant for the rest of the year, and seeing those trajectories, giving them managers that information was so inspiring to help them stay committed and motivated. It ended up adding $6 million to our bottom line at the end of the year.
We use the data mainly to see how our patients move through the system. If we find roadblocks or other things like that that are affecting patient care, then the Domo data set gives us an ability to identify those things in real time.
And so you've effectively created a single source of truth from anyone from the CEO down to a frontline worker to be able to see what they need to be able to act on it.
Absolutely, and the great thing about this application is, again, we've talked to different people to see what level of data do you need to see in order for you to make the best decision. So some of the cards are just gauges, they just show a quick number in red or green, and then you have some that show trend information. You click down one level and it shows the breakdown by clinical departments or by leader. We've really done that legwork based on what's worked for us in our hospital to recommend what might work for others.
And as you look to the future and where emergency medicine is going, how do you see this playing out over time?
We want to make sure that each patient is viewed not as a series of numbers, but they actually get the care that they need. But to do that, we have to optimize the system. Looking how they move through the hospital, through laboratory, through radiology, through special procedures.
To get the whole picture.
Absolutely. And so once we kind of tie each of those departments into the data set, we'll actually have a full picture of how the patient comes into the hospital, works their way through, and then ultimately leaves.
So, doctor, what's next? Where do we go from here?
Our goal is to see how do we share it with the world, and how do we take the kind of the blood, sweat, and tears that we did and the trial and error that we did in building what we have today in the dashboards, so that other organizations don't have to have that same journey. We've had success in this year, and I don't think we would have been there without the tool that we developed with Domo.
Regional 1 went from 20 to 200 users as they grew their business. And their innovative approach not only provided more people with data, but better data experiences led to quicker adoption throughout the organization. Another way to provide better data experiences is through apps. We've made significant strides to Domo's app creation tools to give users at all levels the ability to maximize their impact. Let's hear now from our Domo apps team to see the latest evolution.
Storing and accessing data in the cloud is standard practice now. But how do you deliver relevant, actionable insights to every person in your company?
When it comes to data, we've learned that one size doesn't fit all. Everyone in an organization deserves a data experience that serves their unique needs, preferences, and goals. Some prefer an emailed report or alert on their phone. Others need interactive dashboards to explore and extract insights. But to empower everyone, you need Domo apps.
Domo apps revolutionize how users access and act on insights. The focus is on creating the best user experience through exceptional visualization and making it easy for users to take action, from entering and collecting data to triggering activity. Domo apps build on the strength of interactive dashboards to help you get more done in real time so you can multiply your impact to the business faster. Today, we're excited to announce a major enhancement to Domo's app creation tools. Introducing App Studio, a no-code app builder that makes creating, distributing, and consuming Domo apps accessible to everyone.
The foundation of App Studio is a drag and drop creation experience that lets you customize the layout and design of your Domo app exactly how you want it. Themes turn anyone into a designer. Control the look and feel of your app with just a few clicks so it's on brand. Card styles and built-in UI libraries let users adjust each element, control everything from colors, custom fonts, icons, buttons, thumbnails, every aspect of the interface to make it pixel perfect. And finally, pages allow you to create rich user flows across multiple tabs and screens inside your app, improving the way users navigate through data.
Next, add interactive elements that drive action. Dynamic grid layouts make it easy to adjust the format of your data with one click. We've also integrated forms natively in App Studio, enabling you to write data from app to anywhere, whether it's Domo or another cloud warehouse like Snowflake. And if you need to push that data into a third-party application like Salesforce or Stripe, no problem. Drop a write-back connector into your app and assign that action to a button.
We don't stop there. You can assign action to any UI element in your app, whether that means triggering an alert, updating a dataset, sending an email, opening a modal, or taking you to another screen in the same app. And if your app requires even deeper customization, Domo bricks provide complete creative control. The no-code simplicity of App Studio empowers you to build intuitive data experiences for everyone in your organization.
And then there's the next level of taking action, automation. We're thrilled to announce the open beta for Workflows, an engine for building logic and automation into Domo. From clicking a button to trigger a business process, to automating a routine task, Workflows enables users to orchestrate business process across Domo and external software systems. Although Workflows can be used throughout Domo, the integration with App Studio is designed to give you full control over the business logic that powers your app.
Getting apps into the hands of users is the last critical step. App Studio makes it easy to publish an app to any Domo instance, Domo Marketplace, or to iOS and Android app stores, making your app available for anyone on any device.
At Domo, we believe data is personal. Different users require unique data experiences. And the Domo platform makes it possible to power any action from any user with App Studio and Workflows.
Workflows is available in open beta today. App Studio beta begins this summer, so stay tuned.
Domo App Studio and Workflows put us on the edge of a new action-based reality. Tangible, useful, intuitive experiences that pretty much anyone can get their hands on. Take a look at how one impressive employee at Constellium, the global aluminum recycling company, was empowered to do something extraordinary for the business, thanks to the drag and drop ease of Domo apps.
We're in Muscle Shoals, Alabama with our friends from Constellium, here to talk about how they've taken one of their manual processes and really digitized that with Domo.
Constellium Muscle Shoals is an aluminum manufacturer that competes in packaging and automotive rolled products. We have our processes here that are for recycling scrap material.
We get blocks of used beverage containers and we shred that into very small 1/4-inch size shreds, and then it gets put into our furnaces and melt those shreds into molten aluminum, which then we tap into large crucibles, about 20,000 pound bowls you can think of it as, and we transport 2 of those to our casting facility on the back of a semi-truck. So if you've had a beer, a Coke, or a Pepsi in the last few weeks, it probably was recycled here and then recast and remade into a can within 4 weeks.
Now you've brought Domo into Constellium. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Last year we needed a solution to basically monitor the trucks that carry the aluminum within the plant. We really used Domo to lay out and build a custom application since we have a fairly unique process in the plant.
Before you had Domo, tell me what that was like. How did you manage this process? How did you oversee the floor?
It's a little more complex as far as the communication part. We had to actually have the coordinator come out of his office, away from his chemistry stream. So it takes him away from his job.
That was a very complicated process. We have to have so many touch points, phone calls, radio chatter, and also making sure individuals are going to the right place at the right time.
Through the data that will be supplied by Domo, we can look at in-between tap times, our furnace efficiency, how much metal we're getting through our furnace, in-between truck times, how long it takes to transport from one department to the other.
We really didn't have a way before Domo to know exactly when they would arrive or how much material was coming, and to really sync with the downstream. It allows us to save time. It also allows us to optimize the amount of trucks that are coming. Because the one thing about aluminum, unlike any other product, once we cast it and we send it to the cast house, it immediately starts cooling. So timing is super critical to the process. So it allows us to make sure that the material arrives on time, at the right temperature, and the right amount.
Can you give us a little bit more insight into what does that really mean to like adjust and control the quality and the chemistry?
There's different chemistries in aluminum depending on what product we're making, and they all have a specific recipe. So we always like to use an analogy of making a cake. So we make cakes but at 1400 degrees Fahrenheit with a lot of different scrap we put in. So if you have too much sugar in it, you're going to have an issue where it's going to be too sweet, or too much salt, it's not going to taste good. So our customers have specific recipes they want. For us, chemistry is key. That's one of our biggest focuses that we have, and making sure that it is correct. And being able to see it sooner and make the corrective additions or the changes before it gets to the cast house and it takes hours to correct, we can potentially correct it in 30 minutes or so on our end.
So one of the things that helps me with, as far as being able to monitor it on my phone now, I can pull it up at any given moment, find out what the actual problem is when the last sample was shot.
With Domo, through the chemistry monitoring, I'm able to see any upsets or any changes before they even occur, even before my variables hit through the app. But also with the Molten Flow app, I'm able to see what trucks still have waiting on heat, what trucks are moving in the process without having to communicate with the coordinator.
What's great about Domo is I always feel like it grows wherever you need it to grow, and it grows with you. Every problem that I've run across, we always have the conversation, how could we use Domo for this? Because we know that it's more streamlined since we have the platform, but we know that it'll be easy to leverage to other people within the department or to other departments without having to rehash, the solution over and over and over.
The way Constellium used Domo apps reminds us of what happens when people are empowered with enriched data experiences. For apps to create real value for you, they need to be powered by what has made Domo unique from the start: a data foundation that is plugged into the reality of today's dynamic cloud environment. Here's a quick story from our customer TaylorMade that shows how cloud leverage delivers value across the entire enterprise with a solid data foundation and more. And then we'll take a close look at how our data foundation helps you future-proof your tech and data investments.
At TaylorMade Golf, we pride ourselves in being the best performance golf brand in the world. We use Domo throughout the entire organization, from the people that work in the warehouse building clubs and shipping clubs out, all the way up to the executives. So it truly is an enterprise-wide platform that we use for analytics. When we went through the process of deciding, what was going to be our next gen BI tool, we evaluated a lot of products, and one of the things about Domo that really stood out was that it was a platform for analytics. It wasn't just a tool. It wasn't just something that created pretty pictures, but it took BI as a whole process. And for me, from an IT perspective, data is the most important thing. So the fact that it had this cloud-based data warehouse that was fast and responsive, and then all of the connectors that are available to bring data from multiple different data sources, just makes it so much more useful to the organization.
Businesses today require a level of speed and flexibility that many cloud and data platforms can't deliver. Stakeholders need insights from data fast, and IT needs it done right. With Domo and our newest innovations, you get both.
Today, we're pleased to announce the general availability of Domo Cloud Amplifier. Cloud Amplifier is our multi-cloud solution that enables you to leverage your existing infrastructure while also delivering the speed and agility stakeholders expect. Domo Cloud Amplifier goes beyond federated query. It lets you use your cloud warehouse as your data and storage layer within Domo. All data remains at rest in the original system, so you maintain a single source of truth.
And now, Domo Cloud Amplifier's native integration with Snowflake is available to all customers. Let's look at how it works. With Cloud Amplifier, you can manage your cloud integrations directly from Domo, so you can easily and quickly access and manage data across clouds. Here we have Snowflake natively integrated with Domo. It's simple to set up an integration with your login and your Snowflake server location.
Next, you can choose multiple tables from Snowflake that you want to make available. It's not moving the data. It's simply making it usable in a virtualized state so you can get more value from it using Domo. Once set up, you can explore the data, create visualizations, build apps, or set up alerts, all in Domo.
Let's transform some data with Magic ETL. In this example, we'll join Snowflake data with data from Google Analytics using a Domo connector. If you've configured native write permissions, you can use Domo to enhance Snowflake with new data from a Domo connector or add enriched and transformed data from Jupyter Workspaces and Magic ETL. The output can all be written back to Snowflake. In this case, we have a read-only configuration, so we will write this ETL output to Domo.
Now, with Domo Cloud Amplifier, the possibilities for your data are expanded. Access your cloud from Excel, use it with Jupyter Workspaces integration, make it available to your team on their mobile devices, and share data with all of your customers. No other multi-cloud solution can unlock value from data while balancing costs. These are not standard or federated connectors. These are native integrations that enabled unparalleled flexibility, speed, efficiency, and scale.
We are excited to announce that we are expanding Cloud Amplifier with query capabilities to more data warehouses.
Our integration with Dremio is now generally available, and we are excited to invite you to participate in beta testing Cloud Amplifier for BigQuery, Redshift, and Databricks as we continue to expand the cloud supported by Domo Cloud Amplifier.
With Domo Cloud Amplifier, you can leverage 100% of your data assets across the business. Access data from multiple clouds in minutes. Data teams can maintain visibility and control of data across environments, while business users have all the data they need to get their jobs done and spark the insights that help them multiply their impact.
Our agile, human-centric approach is simple. We meet you right where the work needs to happen, regardless of whether your data is in the cloud, on-prem, or anywhere else. This gets you data value much faster. Companies like beauty retail leader Sephora come to us because they want to move fast and explore what's possible. Let's hear how Sephora ignited their curiosity to improve the customer experience through the power of data with Domo.
We're in Singapore today at Sephora to talk about how they use Domo in their stores. Tell me about Sephora and their Asia business.
Sephora is a global premium beauty retailer. We are multi-brand and we operate multi-channel. Globally, we have over 3,000 points of sale, and in Asia, we have over 400 points of sale.
And how do you use Domo?
We have been using Domo since 2018 as our primary data visualization tool, and we have team members that are based in Singapore and Shanghai.
Now we have 1,800 users internally and externally. They are colleagues from different functions, all the retail store managers, as well as our external brand partners.
Can you talk a little more about how 1,800 users come together and use Domo?
We have a lot of automated dashboards built for different purposes. For example, whenever we have a big promotions, everyone will look at a common dashboard called Campaign Tracker. And the store managers and e-commerce operation team, they will watch closely on the sales performance and adjust their strategy accordingly. And for supply chain, they will monitor the inventory of the top sellers and ensure we have enough stock in different locations. And in that case, for the marketing team, they will look at the members' participation and see if we need to increase the reach on different channels.
Tell me about the new Raffles store in Singapore and how this experiential store differs from traditional stores.
Typical stores that we have, most customers come in to try and experiment with different beauty products. In this experiential store, we have put in a lot of services and digital devices that interact with our beauty advisors as well as our customers. We know that as beauty lovers, customer reviews is really in part of the decision making. In that we have embedded into the store the barcodes. When you scan a barcode, you can get access not only to full product information, you can also read from our global database what all our customers say about this product and their reviews. The store is also equipped with the mobile POS for every single one of our beauty advisors, so customers can pay anytime, anywhere.
And how does Domo fit into that?
For all this additional data points that we are capturing, everything is captured and viewed through Domo so that we have a holistic view of data from both the behavioral side of things as well as the transactional data.
We have a skincare table. By analyzing the live and learn data, we know what customer cares and what's the latest skincare trends, which can allow us to fine-tune the assortment and the product offerings in the store. To measure the customer satisfaction, we measure it via a metric called Love Meter. And since the launch of Raffles City Store, we enable the mobile POS as well as e-receipt. We see the response rate of Love Meter increase by almost 10 times.
This gives us a very rich data pool from which to understand a more holistic view of our customer preferences and therefore allow us to serve them better.
Sephora customers need to get what they want fast, no matter if they are at the newest experiential store in Singapore or shopping online. Speed to value comes from understanding your data in a variety of contexts. From in-store insights to back-office support, Variables helps you see the bigger picture for your business. We are so pleased to see how our community has created countless new ways to use Variables.
Domo delivers actionable insights and intelligence that empower data practitioners and business analysts alike to be agile and make quick, smart decisions that positively impact the business.
But to be truly efficient, you need to process massive amounts of data, see your data in a variety of situations and contexts, and predict the outcomes that matter most. Last year, we announced the availability of Variables, which is designed to help you create more dynamic interactive dashboards. Since then, you've been using this feature and taking it to new levels. Here are just a few examples of how you're using Variables today.
Variables power dynamic views and dashboards. One amazing way that customers use this capability is to get insight from data across time zones. Let's say you want to compare your total customer support calls by hour across multiple regions. You can set up a variable that lets you view the data for any time zone you choose, all within one dashboard.
Another way customers are using Variables is to let users change dimensions used in the charts on the fly. Here, we are changing the category from stores to departments. Just a click and you've got a whole new view of your data that deepens your analysis. These are just a couple of ways you can use Variables. Try them for yourself and see how they make you more efficient.
We can't wait to see more of your innovations.
Variables empowers you to dynamically answer, simulate, and forecast occurrences based on micro adjustments to the inputs. These details matter, especially to data practitioners. Putting familiar tools in expert hands can be the difference between average and exceptional performance. For data engineers, that means the power to control exactly what data is processed and when. And for data scientists, having a clean and controlled environment they are familiar with to test models, iterate, and collaborate is essential. Today, we're proud to introduce subset processing for Magic ETL and enhancements to Jupyter Workspaces. Let's see what they can do.
As your data infrastructure grows, you may discover bottlenecks processing large amounts of data that make it difficult to deliver at the speed of business. You need a solution that keeps your pipelines moving fast.
Re-uploading, reprocessing, and re-indexing ETLs for execution can take too long. And it's especially inefficient if most of the input data hasn't changed.
Data partitions in Magic ETL are designed to make your data flows faster and more efficient by giving you control over which pieces of a data set refresh and when. Let's see how it works. In this example, we have a data set of transactions that updates daily. On input, you can load new data, data from a particular date range, or partitions that match a specific criteria. In this case, we'll choose to ingest only new rows, which means that new rows will be added to the historical data without reprocessing all of it.
We want to filter to a rolling window of the last 2 days of transactions and process those 2 days. You can partition your data by using the transaction date as a reference key, and only the specified partitions will be touched when new data is ingested.
For the output, we'll partition the output dataset. Any partitions will be available to use in other Magic data flows.
You can create new custom partition datasets from almost any dataset in Domo.
Now, data pipelines can use advanced logic for triggering and scheduling, so you can execute data flows with more flexibility. Choose which data you want to use as a trigger for data flows to run, choose multiple triggers, or choose not to run them if your criteria isn't met. Let's learn more about how these and other features are put to work in Jupyter Workspaces.
Domo's integration with Jupyter Workspaces enables data scientists to easily develop and deploy Python or R scripts to perform a broad spectrum of tasks. Our newest Jupyter features help you do more, faster. Collaboration with Jupyter Workspaces is smoother than ever. Now admins can create shared directories and share code across Jupyter Workspaces. Simply enable data sharing so you can see which users are running a workspace and what changes have been made. You can also add your Jupyter Workspace credentials to Domo as an account, unlocking the ability to reference code you've already written in Jupyter Notebooks.
And you can always rest assured knowing Domo provides native library support for data upload, append, upsert, and partition functions. And because using Jupyter can impact storage and compute significantly, we've added greater visibility into your Jupyter usage, including rows, executions, and computation, so you can avoid billing surprises and have visibility on utilization. The result is more flexibility, collaboration, and transparency than ever with Jupyter Workspaces in Domo.
With Domo, you get remarkable speed to value, making every aspect of your data experience, from ingestion to visualization to insights, faster and more efficient. We want to help you spend more time turning your data curiosity into business impact.
So Grünenthal is a pharmaceutical company based in Germany, but we got offices around the world. What instantly got my attention was the capability to plug very rapidly in any data source, put that in a pot, and then play with the data, because that's exactly what I was looking for.
With the Domo platform, we're able to use the languages that we would normally use for data science in the platform itself. Domo has really empowered us to do more, because the one thing that matters to businesses are the customers, and Domo has really enabled us to put data at the heart of that customer focus. And it's incredibly important because it means that every single customer-related decision is data science-driven.
It's a complete shift in the way we approach the performance of the organization. The decision-making process became easier, became clearer for everyone. When you got one single number that everyone aligns on, making the right decision becomes far easier.
Grünenthal shows that speed to value is about having data science tools integrated into all the data you care about, so you can keep your customers happy and wanting more. Having access to this data is critical to your organization. But what about the people beyond your organization? How can you share this power with your partners, vendors, and customers? Let's take a look at how we help you overcome data distribution challenges.
Maximizing your impact doesn't stop at the edge of your organization. It continues into the relationships with your customers and partners. With Domo Everywhere, you can leverage your data as an extension of your business and share insights at scale.
Our latest investments into Domo Everywhere ensure secure, scalable data distribution and consistent UX and UI for external partners.
Let's look at the list of new features available in Domo Everywhere.
Sharing insights with external audiences is important, but the true unlock is being able to share at scale. Dynamic personal data permissions in Publish let you bulk filter the publish level across multiple subscribers. This ensures that each subscriber only sees the content relevant to them and saves you time. We've also created dataset switching, which lets you choose what dataset powers a visualization at the time it's displayed, reducing admin effort while bolstering data security.
Maintaining security and data fidelity is always a major priority, but it is especially important when sharing data outside of your organization. So we've built authorized domains, which allow admins to specify which domains are approved for embedded content. Content embedded outside of these domains won't render, ensuring that content stays secure. Domo Everywhere promises a consistent experience across the shared environment, and this set of new features ups that game.
SMTP domains extends branding capabilities to all emails and notifications. With this change, companies can customize the sender domain to match their existing notification email domain, providing a consistent experience when communicating with their end users through Domo Everywhere. And when using email notifications, you can now customize email layout and format to ensure that every aspect of the experience is on brand.
Domo Everywhere gives you the tools to easily and securely share your data at scale, opening you and your external partners to lots of new opportunities. We're excited to share these new features with you, and we hope you enjoy using them with your own customers and partners.
The best companies, teams, and leaders know how to build bridges and share data in a way that motivates their partners and creates value for everyone involved. Speaking of creating value, let's hear from Clean Choice Energy, who is able to unify their data in Domo to democratize access and get clean energy to customers quickly.
Tell me about Clean Choice Energy.
Clean Choice was founded with the idea of let's make clean energy convenient and accessible for everyone everywhere.
We focus on creating consumer choice so that consumers can choose renewable energy providers.
What Clean Choice is trying to do is come in and interact with these old archaic utility systems and using modern technology, create a technological disruption in how we access energy.
Similar to how we're democratizing data, Clean Choice is democratizing renewable energy, and it's all about trying to figure out ways to get renewable energy into the homes of everyone that we can.
To scale, we need our entire team to have access to the data, the trends, the patterns, that critical business intelligence that allows them to be making decisions.
We're basically able to take data from all the different paid media platforms that we're using and all ingested through Domo so that we can track customer behavior, whether users are signing up on our website, and then whether they're actually enrolling on our website.
It really gives us more visibility into what's going on with our data, what's going on with our customer data, and how can we optimize our processes to get them enrolled and get clean energy to them as quickly as we can.
Tell me a little bit about what life looked like prior to Domo.
Part of being a good team player is sharing data with our partners. And for us, before Domo, that meant manual reporting. So we had somebody on our team downloading Excel reports, manipulating the data, and emailing it to our clients. And by the time our clients received it, it's already out of date. There's probably errors in it.
Partnerships is critical when you're trying to do any sort of transformative work. So whether it be the solar developers or these key financial investors, everyone needs an insight.
Once we migrated to Domo, our partners have the ability to directly log into their own Domo environment that we have set up. It's a secure environment, and they can access it on demand. It's all at their fingertips.
What has really been a game changer for us is being able to unify all of that data in one system. Now we are able to access the data in a way that we have never been able to access it before and really create our own reporting.
It's a unification of purpose. And what I love about Clean Choice is that you have a clear vision of what you're trying to do. You're being creative around how you can do it, and you're empowering all of your employees to move towards that.
What Domo did is make it so that you don't actually have to be a data scientist to understand what the data is telling you. And so you can be an operations analyst, you can be a marketing manager, and you are looking at that same information and able to make the strategic choices in real time.
To people who are managers, to people who are making frontline decisions. Domo's woven across all those layers, and it's used daily to make decisions.
We are bringing together tons of different sources of data around consumer choices and consumer preferences. And Domo is bringing that together and saying, here are households that are interested in clean energy. Here's the way we want to approach them. And then here's how your efforts are working. And so we're able to get very real-time data and feedback on what's working and what's not, so that we're able to direct our efforts into the place of maximum impact.
We are so excited to bring you all these amazing innovations, just more ways to multiply your impact. And now I'd like to welcome 3 of our Domo Community Ovation Award winners to share some of their stories. Domo Ovations are awarded to individuals that have gone above and beyond to create exponential impact to their businesses with data experiences. I am joined today by Manoj Perumal, CPO or Chief Product Officer of Edify.ai, Roxana Boboescu, Director of Business Intelligence with Cenegenics, and Elliot Leonard, Senior BI Engineer with GuideCX. So Manoj, let's get started with you, and congratulations to you and Edify.ai, the winner of Most Novel Application Award. How about tell us a little bit about Edify.ai and how you're using Domo to help with your mission?
Sure, Wendy. First of all, thanks Domo for this award. We are so excited from Edify. So Edify is a safety technology company. We work in the high-risk industry space, primarily construction, oil and gas, mining. In these industries, safety is very, very important because the impact of safety is phenomenal. From the personal lives to project costs to project timelines, the impact is huge. So what Edify does is we help these companies collect data from the point of risk and use the data to understand what's causing these issues and solve those issues. Along with just collecting and sharing information, what we do is, with the help of Domo, we provide a lot of insights around how they can drive behavior so that they are safe. So that's what Edify is about.
Yeah, it's awesome to see that really close connection with your mission. So before using Domo, how were you getting clients the data that they needed?
It's very interesting because we tried multiple solutions. They were all over the place. Collecting this data, since, like I said, there are like multiple points of risk, and it was all over the place. It took us a lot of time using different solutions to get the data and provide it to our client. Sometimes it was like months before we shared the data. So Domo played a very critical role, specifically the connectors. I love those connectors because we were able to tie with different systems and collect those information in real time. And now we share the data with our clients in real time. That's a life-changing experience for us as well as for our clients.
How do you measure the results of that? Like, what are some of those metrics?
So, for example, one of the metric, it's very interesting is in the commercial auto space, we collect information such as how many vehicles in a week are driven above speed limit on a specific road, or how many drivers were not wearing seat belts. These information are very crucial for the companies to take that, go help their employees learn the importance of safety and also drive the safe behavior among employees.
I love that. It really does tie back to life-saving.
Exactly, yep.
Thank you for sharing that so
Sure.
much. Roxana, congratulations to you and Cenegenics on winning the Best Domo Everywhere Application Award. And how about just tell us a little bit about Cenegenics and what the challenges were that you were looking to solve?
Sure, yeah. Thank you, Wendy, for having us, and thank you, Domo, for this incredible award. We are thrilled. So Cenegenics, we are a performance health company, and we provide optimal health solutions to our patients through customized programs that include exercise, nutrition, nutraceuticals, and hormone optimization as clinically indicated. And what that ultimately means for our patients is improved lifestyles, more energy, more restful sleep, sharpened mental acuity, weight loss, improved muscle mass. And we currently have 20 locations nationwide, plus an additional 7 international locations right now. And some of the challenges for us was how can we distribute data to our centers in a way that the data is aligned with the goals of our executive team, but also relevant to the physician at the center, to the patient experience coordinator at the center, and the health coach at the center. And Domo has really helped us get there. So before, we used to use, an Excel document, the classic Excel document that was static in time. By the time it got to them, the data was already outdated. And there was no way for us to really have the centers compare their data and see how each other are doing. So with Domo, we built these center performance dashboards, and then we embedded them into their Salesforce platform. And it allowed them to, with just a click away, where they manage their patient, they can click in that same portal and see their KPIs, which was huge because they didn't have to open another browser or log into another platform or remember another password.
What are some of the results that you're seeing because of how people are using Domo now?
Yeah, so year over year, we implemented Domo back in 2021, and 2022 is really when we were able to measure results. We increased our program sign-up rate by 10%, our patient count by 16% year over year, and our revenue by 10% as well. So that was huge for us.
Awesome. We are really honored to be able to just be a part in that progress that you're
Yes.
making. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
sharing that, Roxana. Elliot, your story is a different type. You personally are one of the 3 award winners for Community Member of the Year. Thank you so much. I think people around the world who are watching are clapping. And I just also have to say, he has got some really kick-A shoes that are so Domo blue. Thank you for that. So you're a senior BI engineer, but I understand that you didn't start as that. Please tell us a little bit about your story and how you got to this point.
Yes, so my background is in accounting. I have a degree in accounting, and after graduating, was studying to become a CPA, and really worked for a small startup where we had a lot of needs, data needs as an accounting team. And so I kind of fell into a data role. We had Domo at the business, and I was able to secure a Domo license from day one and start building out dashboards immediately. And so for me, it was really, like I said, I kind of fell into the role and absolutely kind of fell in love with data ever since.
That's awesome. Accountant or cool data stuff. I have a lot of accountants friends though. So anyway, what is it about the Domo community that makes you want to be involved?
Yeah, for me, like I said, coming out of college, I hadn't written a single line of SQL code, so it was very intimidating to get started. And I've had so many mentors who have paid it forward over the years, really helped me in so many different ways, countless people. And so for me, it's really rewarding to be able to pay it forward myself, right? I also don't know all the answers. There's so many questions about Domo, and I love the platform absolutely. But yeah, I really just love helping people. I love helping those that are earlier on their data journey.
Thank you so much for that. And we've talked about the new things going on with Domo Central and our new Domo community kind of portal. And just thank you so much for being a part of that, for your time and your energy.
Yeah, absolutely, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so rapid short answer for everybody in a very short phrase. How would you summarize what Domo helps you do?
Domo is a connector for us, connecting us with our customers.
Awesome.
I would say Domo is the arteries of our business.
Love it.
It sounds corny, but Domo helps me make magic happen. I really believe that.
So do I. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being with me today. And thank you so much for your time. And everybody, let's take a look to the future with our sneak session. Domo is always exploring fresh and innovative ways to keep you up to date.
Our customers love Magic ETL. It powers so many of the solutions they create in Domo. We love Magic too. And that's why we're always imagining ways to make it better.
Magic lowers technical hurdles to creating data pipelines. It's about speed, efficiency, and power. But we think there are ways to double down and deliver tools that can build even more sophisticated pipelines faster. Here are 3 ways we're exploring what's next in Magic ETL.
Customers use the Domo connector library to load data from thousands of different sources every day. But sources of data are almost infinite. There will be cases where the data you need is stuck behind an API without a connector.
This is where a Magic ETL import tile comes in. Use this feature for a walkthrough on how to build your own requests and parse the JSON responses into data tables, all without writing any code. You could even use Magic's powerful scheduling logic to turn not only connectors, but any API into an automated data pipeline. Then, commercialize your creation in the Domo marketplace.
And what if you don't mind a little code? Today, you can add your own Python or R script in the Magic data flow. But why not SQL? With the Magic SQL tile, you can drop a SQL step directly into your data flow. Write your own unions, complex joins, and subqueries, or translate existing actions into their corresponding SQL to customize further. You could even bring existing SQL data flows into Magic ETL to take advantage of improved performance and parallel processing.
And what if you could control compute resources in Magic too? Imagine Domo automatically optimizing your data flow performance. You'd be able to deliver more power to high-value pipelines to get urgent data through faster, while scaling down flows with less urgency, giving you levers to control speed and cost.
No more timeouts on critical processes. We're planning these enhancements to Magic ETL to put you in the driver's seat.
So you can choose the tools that let you go fast, and combine them with the cloud scale performance of Domo to truly multiply your impact.
We're always looking for ways to improve how you organize and secure your data, making it faster to create content and get value.
That's why we're exploring two key capabilities that enable faster data discovery and streamlined governance: column collections and column masking.
Many dashboards contain cards that are nearly identical, but tweaked to show the data in a slightly different way. This leads to clutter, making dashboards hard to navigate and confusing to data consumers.
Rather than create a new card for every possible combination, customers can combine variables and column collections to create visualizations that are more interactive and encourage data discovery. Column collections let you organize data in groups that make sense to you and your business. When columns are grouped into a collection, you get more control, like the ability to uniquely format each column in that collection.
When you combine this capability with the dynamic interactivity variables provides, you've created a streamlined self-serve data experience. Here's what we mean.
As soon as you drop a column collection into place, you'll automatically get a new control that allows you to swap the metrics and dimensions in the collection in real time. This is great for benchmarking, cross-comparison, and exploration without the need for all the extra charts.
You can also add this control next to your visualizations on your dashboards and apps. How about combining column collection with PDP to make governance even more efficient? Many customers are managing duplicate data sets, additional views, or data flows just to remove sensitive columns from a data set for specific audiences. But with column masking built into personalized data permissions, you can choose to have a column obfuscated for select individuals or groups of users.
For example, imagine you have a data set that uses employee salary information as part of the employee profile, or you have personal customer contact or demographic information you need to protect. The number of people who need to use that sensitive data is very small, but other teams need to use the rest of that data set. Rather than creating a data set view or data flow to remove that column, column masking will allow you to set up a policy that determines who can see the sensitive values, resulting in less overhead for you to manage.
Columns are fundamental to data, and that's why we're creating ways you can group and use them alongside existing Domo functionality to drive even more speed and control. Generative AI is poised to change how people get work done across virtually every industry. Analytics and BI are no exception, and we see a future where this technology pushes boundaries in Domo.
That's why we're integrating with generative AI services like ChatGPT to follow our curiosity and explore how this awesome technology can drive even more efficiency. In this sneak, let's look at a few ways we imagine building generative AI services into the Domo platform.
With generative AI, Domo creators get instant, automatic code-generating assistance for a variety of actions that used to require manual code writing.
Integrated AI inside of Magic ETL can accelerate the process of cleaning and augmenting data in SQL or Python. This can make data pipelines easier to understand.
In this example, we can filter out Twitter follower data that reaches a certain subscriber count by writing a simple statement. The AI writes the required code automatically. You can also ask it to generate a specific chart type using a JavaScript visualization library like D3.
Data exploration is faster and easier when you can skip writing SQL manually. Watch as AI responds to your question by writing the query needed to summarize your data set. Simply ask it to describe the zip codes with the highest household incomes, and Domo does the rest.
This means you get to spend more time analyzing the data and less time writing code. And once your data's in Domo, cards, dashboards, and alerts can use generated narratives to summarize changes in your data. Or AI can summarize the content of a chart in a dynamic, generated title or description. With more information available to you, you get better tools to discover relevant content.
Domo's new Help AI generates answers to specific questions on how to use Domo, powered by a wealth of tutorials and community posts. Or integrate AI into search to create prompts that guide people to find relevant data and apps that are available to them in Domo. We're excited to use generative AI to streamline adoption, save time, and make Domo an even more indispensable tool for your business.
At Domo, we're always looking beyond the here and now, and we can't wait to see what you do with it.
I hope you're feeling inspired about the value that you can create and bring back to your teams. If you haven't submitted your questions yet, be sure to do so below.
I'm honored to introduce and talk today with Liz Wiseman, a New York Times bestselling author, renowned researcher, and executive advisor. Her latest book, Impact Players, explores how high-performing, value-creating individuals step up and take the lead, finding the best ways to multiply their impact at work. She's the CEO of the Wiseman Group and works with clients such as Apple, Google, and Nike. Liz, thank you so much for being with me here today at Domo headquarters.
Well, it's good to be here. It's been fun to watch you grow over the years.
Thank you. I'm especially excited about the tie between impact players and our Domopalooza theme, Multiply Your Impact. So why don't we start with the basics? How do you define an impact player and the practices they commonly use?
Well, impact players are value creators in the workplace. They're individuals that have this outsized and positive impact on teams and on companies and on outcomes. And I spent the last few years studying these impact players for the workplace and what makes them tick and what do they do differently. What I found is that when you compare the impact players to the ordinary contributors of the workplace, what you find is that the impact players are creating value 3.5 times greater than the ordinary contributor. And what really differentiates them is how they deal with ambiguity and uncertainty. They move toward it where other people tend to move away from it. They handle the messy, the ambiguous, the uncertain situations differently than others. And we found that there were 5 situations that they thought about and handled fundamentally differently. The first was messy problems. When problems don't have clear owners, the ordinary contributors, they do their job, they do their piece. But the impact players, they're doing the job that needs to be done. The second difference is how they deal with unclear roles, where people are collaborating, but you're not sure who's in charge. While others are waiting for direction, waiting for role clarification, waiting for someone to appoint them, the impact players, they're stepping up, they're taking the lead. They lead before they're asked to lead. They lead without authority. They're quick to lead, but they're also quick to step back and follow others. The third difference is how they deal with the unforeseen problems, the big obstacles that just drop down in your path. We find that when the problems are bigger than what's in someone's control, the ordinary contributor tends to escalate those upward and hands them off to senior management. Whereas the impact players, they hold on. They've got this kind of completion gene. They get it done, all the way done, which allows them to not only finish it, but to finish stronger. When it comes to moving targets where environments are changing, markets are changing, the data is changing, the ordinary contributors tend to stick to what they know how to do, whereas the impact players are adapting and adjusting. They're constantly changing and evolving with the changing situation. And lastly, when the workload is heavy and demands feel unrelenting, the ordinary contributor, they do their piece, but they tend to make work harder than it has to be. And the impact players, they just make work light.
I really enjoyed reading your book, Impact Players, and I found, there's so many themes in there also about data and information, which relates nicely to Domo as well. And I'd love to dive into a few of those. Curiosity is one that is in your book, and we've also talked about this morning. And I want to quote something that you say in your book. You say, "Today's leaders don't need more dependence. They need extensions, more eyes spotting opportunities, more ears listening for unmet needs, more hands solving problems." What are some ways that people watching today can put curiosity to work?
Well, the impact players of the workplace have an outward orientation. Now, a lot of what we hear around us tells us and teaches us to kind of essentially have a self-orientation. What do you want to do? What's important to you? Pursue that. The impact players thought about this very differently. Their orientation was outward, which they focused on others. They looked at things through multiple points of view. They thought about it like, well, how does the situation look to my customer? Like, what's the challenge that my boss is facing? And because they orient away from self and toward others, what happens is they see needs faster than other people. They see hot spots, they see opportunities because their eyes are out, they're asking questions.
More on this idea of data and information. In your book, you survey 120 professionals on the resources that they need to be most successful, and information was noted as the #1 thing. What kind of information did these respondents want unlocked?
Well, we think what we need to be successful is headcount and budget, but what we really need is access. And probably the #1 thing people need is access to what is important. If you are in a managerial role, if you're leading a team or a project, probably the most important information you can give to people is here's what's important now. And then give them access to the relationships. We find in a separate piece of research, I looked at what leaders do that either shut down people's capability or kind of unleashes that. And what we found is that it comes down to access to information. The leaders who bring out the very best in us, that allow us to do our best thinking and our best work, are giving us access to here's what's important. Here's why we're doing this. They invite you into conversations, into meetings, like data is free flowing around them. So if you want your team to be brilliant, give them access to information and insight that they can then turn into impact.
That's fabulous. We have a lot of data scientists and data practitioners in our audience, and in your book, you describe Lauren, your data scientist, as being an impact player at the Wiseman Group. Her role is similar to a lot of those watching today. Can you share more about what makes Lauren an impact player and how you've seen her leverage data to multiply impact for your company?
Oh, well, this might be my favorite topic to talk about. This is Lauren Hancock, who is not only our data scientist, she's the head of research for me and our organization. Here's what makes her a powerful player on our team is that, her opinions are based on evidence, not anecdote. So she comes with this credibility. That when she comes to the table, she's done the homework. She's looked at the data. She's extracted insights that inform her opinions. That's just the beginning of it. The other thing that makes her so impactful is that there's this ripple effect across the team, is that she not only does this for herself, she gives everyone else information and access and helps them turn that into insight and then turn that into action and then measure the impact of our action. She creates this multiplier effect across the team, and she demystifies the process. So it's not intimidating that other people realize, oh, I could actually utilize a data warehouse and figure out how to pull this and turn my questions into actionable insights. And so it's raised the level of play for our whole team.
What's interesting, that sounds a lot to me like the part in your book where you talk about fuzzies and techies. And I think this goes back to a time you were at Oracle and you were a self-professed fuzzy, which I would say I am as well. Can you explain fuzzies and techies a little bit?
I think when we can go between business insight and technical acumen, we're really powerful for the business. Not just doing their job, writing code, testing code, installing code, troubleshooting code, that they learn to step back. What am I trying to do? Who is served by the work that I do? How does my work get used? How does it have impact? And to understand the business trade-offs. And I think when we can combine these two skill sets, like deep technical skills and prowess with an understanding of the business application, that's where I think we can really multiply our impact.
Thank you for the great discussion today, Liz. There have just been so many insights that I know we will all take and use on our own journey to multiply our impact.
Wendy, it's an absolute pleasure to talk with you and to be here at Domo.
Likewise. And now we're going to shift to one of your favorite parts of Domopalooza, our live Q&A with a few of Domo's product leaders.
Hi everyone, it's time for our live Q&A. With me I have Beth Sines, VP of Engineering, Chris Willis, Chief Design Officer, and Ben Shine, our SVP of Product. So let's get to it. So the first question, tell us more about GPT integrations and better ML tools. Let's have Chris answer this one.
Oh, thanks, Darren. I mean, obviously, there's been, just a bunch of excitement around AI, GPT. It's kind of made AI exciting again. For us, we see the real opportunity to impact organizations by allowing generative AI to really unlock a tremendous amount of value in the organization through this. And we have a lot of principles around that, around allowing companies to more quickly and securely leverage models, whether internally or externally on their own, fine-tune them, govern them, and apply all the things that make Domo a great platform to begin with, and just extend it to AI.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
So next question. How soon can we dig into the App Studio? Ren, this is a great one for you.
Yeah, no, we're really excited about App Studio and sort of the dynamic shift. Even looking at the chat, we saw a lot of excitement as we did those early demos. We're looking to have a beta available this summer and then continue developing broader release later in the year and really just we view it as the start of the journey of sort of the changing this dynamic to creating new data experiences in Domo. So we're really excited to get it out to all of our customers and continue to evolve and make it even better and get the feedback and just continue to drive that value. So it's a very exciting time for that product feature.
Awesome. Okay, our next one is about Jupyter Notebooks. I love the Jupyter Notebooks feature. When can I automate scheduled Jupyter Notebooks? Beth, it's right up your alley.
So you can already schedule notebooks on a set schedule, which is built in and available today. But with the workflows feature, you can really get advanced with that. There's an integration between Jupyter and workflows, and it will let you use data set alerts, use logic so you can make if-then decisions, and really, really get powerful with your Jupyter notebooks.
Great. Okay, next question. Is Cloud Amplifier different from Snowflake Federated Connections? All right, I'll take this one. So Cloud Amplifier is the next evolution of our Federated offering. Really, it's taken Federated further. With Amplifier, you get native-like integration with your cloud warehouses, and you can leverage the full capabilities of Domo, such as ETL, alerts, and write-back. Next question. Publishing directly to the App Store. Ben, I'm going to send this one over to you.
Yeah, we're really excited that a piece of apps is obviously what you can do with them and the action, but it's also how do I distribute them? How do I bring them to life in different scenarios? And the app stores are definitely part of that. And we've been working both on the way to publish it directly, but also some new technology that lets you do a single package that'll work either on Apple Store or the Google Play Store. And so having that flexibility to meet your users, bring the data experience to where they are, I think is going to be really powerful for our customers as that rolls out.
Yep, thanks. Let's see, a workflow question. How do I know if my process is a good candidate to implement a workflow? Beth, it's a good one for you.
So with workflows, we support many use cases, and those times that you want to automate, you want to orchestrate, you want to really integrate an action in a third-party system, maybe with what you're doing in Domo, you can use workflows to take those actions, and there can even be manual steps. So maybe you want workflows to take part of that process, and then you want someone to act on it. For example, approve something within your governance policy. So it's really, really flexible, and I think you're going to find many use cases that will be powerful for your business.
Yep, I agree. Workflow is very powerful. Next question. How are variables different than dashboard filters? Okay, good question. So I'll take this one. So variables enable dynamic switching of metrics and dimensions. So if variables are not filtering like dashboard filters are, they allow you to switch those. So it allows you to do very powerful what-if analysis, or I've seen a lot of examples where before variables, you might have needed multiple cards. With variables, you can switch out the metrics dynamically and just have one card that can serve multiple needs. Okay, next question. will there be an ability to bulk select cards on a dashboard to change background colors, etc.? Chris, let's send this one to you.
I'm glad to say yes, because anyone who's tried to build more than one dashboard with more than one card has run into that frustration. So yeah, the ability to apply themes, I think as you might have seen in the App Studio video that we did, and it will also be available to apply to full dashboards in the future.
Yep.
One thing I'd like to add though on the Chat GPT is there is an afternoon session that I do with Corey Patton with Pramana to talk about the future of AI, generative AI in enterprise. So stay tuned for that.
Little plug for
Little plug.
Yep. Okay. Question, will implementing the new subset processing tool impact my existing data flows? A very powerful functionality. Ben, this one.
Darren always loves to talk about partitions, even on the weekends, I think, right?
Yes.
And so I think the short answer is it doesn't have to impact any of your existing ETLs, your existing magic. But what I will say is you're going to want it to. I saw there was a comment even in the chat that someone had a magic ETL that was taking 3 hours and it was down to like 2 minutes using partitioning. And so really this is about how do I make your pipelines more efficient, only with subset process the data you need that's relevant and then write out the data that's relevant. And so we're really excited to be at this public beta point with that feature and just really expect a ton of efficiency for our customers and impact of their data pipeline. So we're excited to see that roll out.
Yeah, and I agree. And if you haven't yet dug into the data set, the sub-processing, you should add that to your list for sure.
Super powerful.
Okay, next question. Do you have plans to enhance the full code app development experience too? This is definitely, let's have Beth take this one.
So there are a lot of things in the works. Some of the things you'll see the soonest is really just better documentation and better guidance for how to develop full code, pro code type apps on Domo. We'll have more access into the underlying capabilities of Domo and really making it easier for you to list your apps in the App Store or distribute those full code apps that you're building, as Ben was talking about, out on Apple or Google or whatever marketplace makes the most sense. So we're really excited to see those enhancements coming in the future.
And as of today, you'll see a new developer.domo.com experience as well. Right now, if you go more streamlined, more focused, so we're excited about
that. All right, we just have time for one more question. We embed Domo in our portal. What enhancements are you working on to help us tailor it to our brand? All right, Chris.
All right, so we released Brand Kit last year with colors. We're now going to make it easier for people to add fonts. That's a big engineering lift, but really critical as you're trying to tell an authentic data story that's on brand, along with with the custom color palettes for your charts, but also better email branding. So you create a cohesive brand experience, which is really critical nowadays, right?
Yep, agreed. Awesome. All right, we can't wait to hear more of your feedback as you start to use these features that are live today. Thanks for the great questions today. We love this real-time interaction with you.
Yeah.
Your curiosity is inspiring. Please keep the conversation and dialogue going within our Domo Central Community Forum, linked below. Another thing, we've really missed seeing you and are happy to announce that this year, we are bringing more in-person events to key cities around the world, so we can all learn and network together. Keep an eye out for details, and we will see you there. A final word from Josh, but stay tuned for our breakout and networking sessions.
So, are you ready? What's the first question you're gonna ask that just might lead to exponential impact with the right data experiences in your hands? We are set and ready to multiply our impact for you by continuing to reimagine data experiences. We're excited to be on this journey with you. Let's create the future together.